Guys, I'm here to get into one of my all-time recent discoveries, Little Murders. It was directed by Alan Arkin, which really just amazed me a lot because I've always liked him as an actor a lot. So seeing him in the directing seat has made his greatest definitive moment right here. Little Murders is a masterpiece that I've only seen one time, and it literally has grown on me significantly. Like it's one of those films, so many films in 1971 have, where I can't stop thinking about it once I see it. Like kind of feeling. That's kind of exactly what this gave me. Like I thought it was like a 4-star film at first, but then now just within a few weeks, it was like, okay, this is a perfect 5-star masterpiece. I cannot wait to rewatch this because there's just so many little scenes I just can't stop thinking about of just how it captures the distinctive type of loneliness in New York City in 1971. I think that's one of my favorite atmospheres. And then just kind of being a comedy about it and kind of just laughing at loneliness. I think that's a really original place to be at. And Donald Sutherland just really like gives about his easily one of the top 10 greatest scenes of all time. I'm serious. I rewatched this one scene in particular over and over again. And it's the scene when Elliot Gould's having a wedding and Donald Sutherland just basically crashes the wedding, but it's in a way that's so significantly awesome. Somehow it's not annoying. Like somehow it's like, okay, I kind of prefer this man's doing this, acting crazy, Donald Sutherland, than actually seeing the wedding scene. That's a perfect foundation right there. I really love Elliot Gould's adventures in this film, and it really does hit a perfect level of just laughing at kind of just like those lonely themes, which is a different take than a lot of the more serious films. This is significantly less serious, but still as equally important and impactful. And it's very underrated. I mean, distinctly an underrated film that gets into just living in a modern world without feeling too numb. You know, I think that's the thing I love about Elliot Gould. He always refrains from being too numb of a presence. He always kind of has a way to just keep on going no matter what, no matter what's happening around him. As he portrays in his characters like Long Goodbye. Elliot Gould's really one of the greatest actors of the '70s, and he really is iconic. And this perfectly portrays New York City in the early '70s, just how everything looked back then. But you know, it's just, I mean, it's one of the best screenplays I've ever heard. I mean, I really look back and I rewind certain scenes. I'm like, man, I can't stop thinking about that dialogue. I can't stop thinking about the way that was delivered. It's the way that Alan Arkin kind of almost makes this just literally like it feels like it perhaps might have been influenced by a lot of plays, but I think he really just invented this into its own cinematic wheel entirely. And it's like I'm amazed this is the only film he ever directed. So this is a masterpiece. I mean, it really is ahead of its time in a lot of ways. I don't know, it's just the amount of places this film goes to from start to finish just has a really unique amount of expression of just a lot of Americana psychology at this time, and the point that still holds up today and timeless. That's how the masterminds of this time were operating. But yeah, it's just there's something that's almost dangerous living in this film, but it's too funny to be fully afraid of it. Like, Donald Sutherland is almost just like the best piece of dark comedy ever. Like this is really one of my favorite scenes of all time. I couldn't stop rewatching just how manic, just how loudly over the top Donald Sutherland is, but he hogs the scene in the most entertaining way possible. Yeah, just Little Murders just really does kind of feel like, you know, I think one of my favorite atmospheres in the film and mood pieces, just like a haunting night out in New York City. Films like Taxi Driver, Robin did this. Eyes Wide Shut has it as well. After Hours, for that matter. A lot of Martin Scorsese films, but Little Murders is its own take on this, kind of more closer to the After Hours tone, but less like of the more rooted in like '70s directing rather than the '80s. I think the film possesses like a perfect amount of just I don't know, just funny moments and then serious moments all the same. Yeah, that's Alan Arkin's directing here. I mean, it really is something else. So it's one of the best films I've ever seen. I love every moment of it. I really got to see it more to have a way more to say about it, but I'm still taking it in. This is a magnificent impact that Little Murders laid on me. It's dark and funny at the same time. And it's just its own thing entirely. And honestly, yeah, I'm like Alan Arkin could. I wish he could have made more movies because this is awesome. But hey, you know, just the fact he made this is okay. Wow, a genius director. I didn't know that. I love when I find out about actors I already knew about. Like, okay, I didn't know he made a film. So this was quite a magical film to discover in more ways than one. I recommend it to everybody. It really took me by surprise and how original it is. And yeah, I can't wait to rewatch this again soon. This is definitely going to be a replay because yeah, I mean, it hits all the right notes. It's just a comedy, laughing at tragedy, tragic maybe situations you could say. That's the feeling Little Murders kind of has. That's the attitude of Elliot Gould in a nutshell. So, I mean, it's cool, it's timeless, it's awesome. Little Murders is a masterpiece. I recommend this film to everybody.